Can this country handle a gay Supreme Court justice? Well, the Republicans aren't sure. They've said some conflicting things about it. First, Jeff Sessions was on MSNBC, and he seemed to think, well, it might not completely disqualify you. I mean, it'll get close, but we're not sure. And then he had something different to say on Fox News. Isn't that interesting? Well, let's show you MSNBC first. It's clip number 4. Here's Jeff Sessions, who is going to be the top Republican on the Judiciary Committee evaluating Supreme Court nominees on whether a gay judge would be acceptable on the Supreme Court.
Senator, big opportunity for you here in the national spotlight coming up when these hearings get underway. You told Neil Cavuto, we saw just now, that you could vote for a pro-choice nominee, in theory.
Yep.
A couple of people, at least supposedly under consideration, are openly gay. Could you vote for an openly gay justice, which we've never had before?
Well, it depends on their personal ethics and standards and their legal skill and ability. I don't think a person who acknowledges that they have gay tendencies is disqualified per se for the job. We'll just have to see.
Would you welcome that as a diverse thing that we haven't had in American history?
Well, I don't think that we should be thinking like that for the United States Supreme Court. We need to be looking for a person that can gain full respect of the American people, who can apply the law fairly. When they put on that robe, will be nonpartisan and non-biased, not promoting any agenda, personal, religious, or moral, and follow the law faithfully.
I love that. If they just have gay tendencies, that's a little bit iffy. It's kind of in the middle. If they're a little bi or into she-males, maybe Sessions can have a conversation. They're full-blown gay, I don't know. But look, it doesn't disqualify them per se. I mean, it'll likely disqualify them, but he's still willing to have a conversation about it. Is he not merciful? Is he not merciful? And he also says that, we're keeping an open mind on this. And honestly, I can't believe that this is even a question. Why wouldn't a gay judge be allowed to serve on the Supreme Court? I mean, I just don't live in the same world as these guys. But this was the good comment that Jeff Sessions made on a possible gay Supreme Court justice. Wait till you get a load of how he changed the story. So he went on MSNBC first, then when he went on Fox News and said something else. Let's watch.
What about the question of sexual orientation? What would your position be if a nominee is gay?
Well, fundamentally, you don't want a nominee who is a one-issue on a person, but you're looking for competence, integrity, a proven record, people who have the ability and judgment to serve on the court. So I think everybody should be given a fair evaluation. Republicans don't believe in identity politics. We just don't believe in that kind of quota approach to life. Let's just bring the nominee up and make sure that they treat everybody fairly, regardless of what kind of persuasion they may have.
On the question of a gay nominee, Senator John Thune is quoted as saying, "I know the administration is being pushed, but I think it would be a bridge too far right now to have a gay nominee." Do you agree with him?
Well, I think that's a big concern that the American people might feel uneasy about that. That's a matter the president will have to decide as he evaluates who to nominate.
So it's a bridge too far. I'm telling you, I know the Supreme Court thing is a pick is obviously incredibly serious, but I almost wish Obama would mock them by picking a bisexual. So they could be like, well, it's kind of halfway there. They have some gay tendencies, but maybe you don't disqualify them completely. It's not a bridge too far, and then maybe the American people can feel a little less uneasy about them. I mean, get a load of the Republicans. They, Jason Lincoln's made this point on Huffington Post. They say, oh, yeah, the American people are totally fine with torture. Yeah. Or a war based on false pretenses for against the country that didn't attack us. Oh, we're totally easy, no problem. Oh, hundreds of thousands of people died. Who cares? You're gay. Oh, I'm a little uneasy about that. Wait, hold on, Hoss. I don't know where you're going with that gay tendency. So, you're trying to go to the Supreme Court? Now, that gets to the heart of the issue. You see what he said there? He said, I don't know about these people who are one-issue person. Just because they're gay, they only care about one issue? Would anybody ever say that about somebody who's straight? Well, Bob is straight. He's kind of a one-issue guy, all about straightness. could you say that about blacks? Could you say that about Jews? Could you say it about white people? Could you say it about Asians? Could you say it about anybody? Because in Republicans' mind, again, it's projection. To them, they don't give a damn about his or her other opinions. To them, it's just one issue. They're gay. And then that eliminates them. And then ironically, Sessions says, oh no, we don't do identity politics. What was that? You're talking about how you're going to disqualify somebody based on their identity. That would be identity politics. See, they're doing projection where they think, well, Democrats must think like us, so they're going to pick based on identity. So since we don't want gay, they probably pick gay because they want that identity politics. But my guess is Barack Obama is going to pick the most qualified, smartest person who agrees with him. Let's keep it real. Obviously, he's not going to pick someone who disagrees with him for that position. And the Republicans are going to find something in that person's identity and be like, attack time. Bridge too far, uneasy, it's a one-issue person, la la la, and they're going to come to get him. But I think they do themselves a great amount of damage. And for all Americans looking at this, it's obviously, discriminatory. Nothing could be more clear.